Hi everyone, it's Karen here from Web-Sta Web Design and E-Marketing and Trusted Tradies Online Directory. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a free Google My Business listing with Google. These listings are, like I said, completely for free, really quite simple to do. All you need is a Gmail account to get started. If you're a business and you already have a Google G Suite account, then that's cool. You can add this particular listing to your existing G Suite account as well. Google does prefer that you include all of your Google services under the one email address and under the one account. So just to keep it all tidy, if you do have G Suite, log in using that email address. And if you've just got a normal stock standard @gmail.com email address, log in on that one. And so basically that's where I've started today. I'm already logged in. I can see that because I've got the little Web-Sta logo in the top right-hand corner. And to get to the login page, to get to Google My Business, what you got to do is just Google My Business. That'll take you to the map listing section. So usually it's the top one here, clicking on this link. This is going to give me the run through. So if you're already logged in, it's going to give you the option of manage now. If you're not logged in, click on sign in. So you're going to go manage now. This is going to bring me to a section where I've already got a couple of map listings already. What I want to do here though, is I'm going to add a new listing. Add a single location. And I'm going to add a new business listing for our Trusty Tradies Online Directory website. So all you need to do is go through and fill in the fields. What this is going to actually do is check to see if there is any other businesses with the same name. So if along the way you have either created your listing and you've forgotten it, or you've had somebody create a listing for you and you were not aware of it, this will do a cross-reference to see if there's anyone else there on the system who, another business that already has it. In which case it will give you the option of trying to add this to your account. Ideally, if you haven't already got a listing, then you want to click on this top one, create a business with this name, and just go through the wizard basically. Business category. This one, sometimes you can have a few different options, but I'm going to type in directory. No, none of those. So I'm going to go marketing. It's probably the next closest thing to an online directory. So that might take a little bit of time to refine which particular category suits you best. There are a lot of categories that seem to be missing from Google, so just take your time on that one. And then you want to click on next. Do you want to add a location? In this instance, no, because this particular website is online only. There is no shop front. If you do, click on yes, and it'll give you the option of putting in your shop address, where it is for the customers. And so I'm going to type in here Australia, because we are Australia-wide. Of course, it'll add it to the list here. So if you have specific postcodes or suburbs, if you're very local and you can only service, say, for example, the Sunshine Coast, you want to be putting in Sunshine Coast suburbs and list them all out. And so this is really great. There is a section where Google will ask you for your actual physical address, but if you fill this in, you can generally block the physical address from being seen, especially if you're a home-based business, but you do travel. So contact phone number. Oops. Just making sure you've got this right. 041. And then your website. If you haven't already got a website, you can just click on I don't need one. But generally speaking, what we like to do in here is actually add your full website address. And then go next. Even if you haven't got a website yet, you can come back and add your website address later down the track. So I'm going to put my address in here. So I'll pause the video for just 2 seconds. So I've just added in my postal address. So basically with Google, like I mentioned just before, you can opt for Google not to display your actual home address if that's the one that you have put into the system. So basically what will happen, depending on how often you use Google, and of course we use Google a lot, so this is why I have to go down the path of a postcard, but basically within about a week, this is going to send me a postcard to my address, and so then on that postcard that'll come through, it'll have a PIN number, so it's got little tear-off edges, it'll have a little verification code in there, so what you'll need to do at the time is come back into the system and log in. So what I do on here If I'm doing this for a client, we'll actually put the customer's name, we'll usually put on their send pin to Web-Sta to remind them. So as soon as they get that postcard, they know it's got something to do with us, so they know that they need to send us that pin. But if you're doing this yourself, you just put your own name in there. Anybody else, especially if this is coming to a business address, just let them know to keep an eye out for the postcode of the postcard with that pin number. Sometimes the first one gets lost in the mail, so you just got to keep an eye on it, and you can come back into this listing and request a second postcard to be sent to you. So what we want to do there is click on mail once we've got the details in here. Delay is expected. Unfortunately, I'm doing this while COVID-19 is a thing, so there might be a little bit of a delay. Having said that, I've only just recently sent another client's postcard and it hasn't taken that long. It's taken about a week and a half. So the delays are actually not too bad in Australia. So I was really, really happy with that. So once we're finished, we're going to click on continue. And here's our listing. So until we get that postcard and that PIN number, this little notification saying pending verification will stay here. What I can do in the meantime, though, is I can finish a little bit more of the listing. So I can add some other things in here. One thing I can't do is the logo. You can't add any images or logos until that PIN number has been input into the system. However, we can add our business ahours and we can also add our description. So business hours, I haven't determined what they're going to be yet, so we're just going to leave that for now. But the description, we've definitely got this one done. So something I've prepared earlier, I've just got a separate tab open, and I'm a bit of an advocate for Google My Business as well as Google Drive. And Google Drive has just Google Docs. So I've actually copied and pasted a biography, a little bio. As a bit of a tip, Google has a 750 character limit on this bio. So if you're using Google Drive and Google Docs, you can actually come into tools and check the word count to make sure you're under the threshold of the number of characters you can use. So I'm just going to copy this, come across to the bio, to our description. And it pops up here. So you can see here's 0 of 750. I'm going to paste this in. If you do paste this in and it's longer than 750 characters, it's just going to chop the end off. So you're just going to make sure you're within that 750 characters and it makes sense. Otherwise, yeah, it's just going to chop off and it'll look a bit strange. So once you're done there, you want to apply. Again, there's no formatting, there's no dot points or any bullet points, numbered lists or anything that work in that bio. So you've got to be a bit creative if you want to list things out. And that's pretty much it. So that's the rest of it. I'm going to go through and add some other details here potentially. So I can add a list of services, highlights, keeping in mind none of this is actually going to go live until that verification PIN has been input. Basically, when we first now come in, when you come back into your listing, quite likely you will land here. And what you'll need to do is, I'm going to just quickly find where the verify postcard is. So it's saying that on the 19th, in 6 days, I'm going to get this postcard. So when I come back into it, I can click into know more. This will give you a bit more information about why you need to verify and manage your listing. But if I'm going into info, there's usually a link. Here it is. So I'm going to click on verify now. And this will be where you input that code, click on verify, and then your listing will go live relatively quickly after that. If for whatever reason this code has not come, you want to click on mail again, and it's going to reset the system. It'll send out another automated postcard and you'll get that. So these codes are automatically generated, so they can usually get them to you relatively quickly. Unfortunately, change method is not available to me because I use Google a lot. So Google is trying to verify that I am indeed legit. You might be lucky and it only sends you a PIN number. So you have your mobile phone ready. It'll send you a PIN code. That's usually a G code. And then what you'll do is input that code into here, in which case you'll have your listing up a lot faster. But anyway, hopefully that's it. Again, I've been Karen from Web-Sta Web Design and E-Marketing and Trusty Tradie Online Directory. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel and share with any other businesses that you know may benefit from having this listing. And the fact it is really super simple to do this listing. There's a whole bunch of other things available in Google My Business, but just to get your listing up and running, they're really great for helping with your Google ranking, particularly if you're a local business. Generally speaking, if you've picked the right category, anybody in your local region looking for you in that local region. So if, for example, you're a local plumber and they're typing in the suburb and then plumber, there's a really good chance this listing will come up. So even if you don't have a website or anything else online, this is kind of your first go-to. And it's actually one of our first and foremost free tips that we offer in our business health checklist. that's available on our website, which is web-sta.com.au, so websta.com.au, and you can download that full list for free. So adding your Google My Business listing is one of our first top tips that we give you as a free tip that you can do anytime and at no cost to yourselves. Nice and easy to do. Anyway, again, thumbs up, and hopefully that's helped you out. Bye for now.